Okay, today I'm going to show you how to use the gradient and text tool in Pixlr to create a custom background and add some text to it. So you'll start here with creating a new document. You can just click on the full HD and title it gradient and hit create. So it creates a blank document for you. Over here is your layers panel. We've used this a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add one and just say you want it empty for right now. So that way we have two layers, because we'll do our text on one and we'll do our gradient on the other. So the gradient tool adds a gradient to your picture. So gradient is just fading from one color to another. In Pixlr, the tool is found right here. And then you have two options, linear or radial. In Photoshop, you have about 5 options here, so it's a little different. And then we have opacity, so how see-through you want it to be. The blending mode, which I'll show you those in just a second. And the color of the gradient, so you can customize this to anything you want. This is a preset. These are presets, so you could pick one if you like one of these. Like maybe I want these bright colors, but instead of purple, I want to go with a different color. So I can click here and change this color to, maybe I'll go blue instead, and then hit OK. And I can add a color there. I'm going to delete those little markers, and then I have blue. I'm going to move my blue back here, and I can create a custom one. So you can use one of these or you can create your own. That's up to you. But to add a color, you just click anywhere on the line and then change the color here to something different. Let's see what orange looks like in there. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And then you can change the opacity here too if you want. So that's just how see-through it is. So to add the gradient, you're going to click and drag. If you drag across the whole thing, it will stretch your gradient across the whole thing. I'm going to push Command or Control Z. If I go halfway, it will only, the gradient, the last color will end or begin where I end with my cursor. So if I go to here, the blue is going to be thicker, the purple will be lighter. We can drag the opposite direction too as well. Blending mode. So if I wanted it to multiply, let's see, or you're not going to notice a lot as far as just your regular color stuff until you start putting pictures and things in there or using it on an actual person, which you'll do later this week. So anyways, what you're going to do is add your gradient. You can go this direction too. If I change to radial and clicked on my second layer, I could add a radial gradient, and then if I right click here, I can adjust the transparency of that layer so that my bottom one is visible underneath it. I can change this to overlay too, which would also allow that to be seen as an overlay. So I think that's kind of cool. You can mess with these, do whatever you want as far as adding more layers, more radial gradient. If I wanted, say I wanted this one to just be white or gray, I would change my gradient and then go like this and do the same thing here. So all I did was turn down my transparency and change it to an overlay. So now it kind of has like a cloudy effect to it. And then the next thing you're going to do is add text. So you click on the T, and right here you click add text. It will automatically put a text box in there for you, and you will just type your name. Or if you have a favorite quote, just keep it simple. And then you can highlight all of that or change the font. So, and then here we can change the colors. So if I wanted it maybe I want it that purple. So if I want to color match something, I can take my cursor out here and click, and it will take me right to that purple, and I'll hit OK, and then I can increase my size. And then if I click here, I can move that around. These settings will decrease the space in between my text. This will stretch out the letter spacing or bring it closer together. You can change your alignment, so if you want it to be centered like mine is, or to the right, or to the left, sorry, right, left. This will change everything to all caps. I'm going to go back to center. I can make it bold, italicized, lots of different settings there. And then you have styles. So you could add a background style. You can add an outline. So there's an outline around my text. Make that bigger or smaller. Maybe I want just a thin little teeny outline and I want it white so that it stands out. You could do that, and then you can add a shadow, so it'll add a drop shadow underneath, and we can change the color here too as well. So those are some fun effects that you can use. Adding a new text layer, you'd click there. If you want to duplicate what you have, you can click here, or delete it, click there. So basically your assignment is to add a gradient to your page as well as text. When you're finished, you can download it and then go ahead and upload it to Canvas. You'll have another assignment using the gradient tool later this week, but you'll also be using a picture too. So that's it for now.